Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miguel Martinez Juarez. Go by Miguel Gym Time because I'm about visualizing. If I could give you anything, I could give my children, I could give the world a message is that what you visualize is what you materialize. Okay. And today I'm going to talk about how to visualize and the best ways to visualize. Okay. I know it's like some of you who've been following me for a minute, you're like, man, you say the same thing because that's the message. I had to listen to this message for 6 fucking years. Wait, hold on, 2018 till now, 7 years to really understand this process. I made oatmeal with whey protein because I dip it in there, and almonds. So I got healthy fats, good carbs, and some easily digestible proteins. Gotta feed the muscles. All right, let's get right to it. You have to see a scene, and you gotta make it feel real. 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 Okay, I like to say I was fortunate enough to get incarcerated because I had so much time on my hands, and I would visualize all the time being in college. Right before going to sleep, I would visualize myself, what would it look like to be in college? Because I knew I was gonna get out and I was gonna do good. So I learned from my mistakes. I knew I was gonna be a good person. And school, being in higher education, was something that's a good goal. That's actually how Dorian Yates got into bodybuilding. He's like, all right, I'm kicking it with hoodlums, just rowdy people, just rowdy people, up to no good. And he didn't want to go back to prison because he went to prison as well because somebody had broken into a store in I think it's Great Britain, England, whatever they call it. They call it England, Great Britain, United Kingdom, whatever they call it. He was over there because that's where he's from. And somebody broke into a store and they're out there in the riots. So he started looting too. He went into the store. Of course, he didn't steal anything because he got caught, but he was in the store looting as well. And they caught him. And, he's with his friends, so they're not thinking about the consequences. Like, if I do this and I get caught, how is it going to affect me? In the next year or 2 or 20 years. He just went in there and did it, got arrested and got caught, and he thought himself, well, what am I going to do with my life? I'm going to do something good. I'm going to go into bodybuilding. And he became, I think, 8-time Mr. Olympia, or I forget how many times. I think 6, 7 time Mr. Olympia. But I see that when you make mistakes, it's a good thing because you come out of it. You got to sit down and think and change, or else you're going to repeat the same fucking mistakes. Whey protein. About 1.5 servings is about 45 grams. Possibly could be 2 because I just kind of scooped it. Didn't really measure it. So my experience with visualizing and being in college was that I would sit in a chair and I would those little chairs, how school chairs are, they're just like a little desk and it's kind of like a little chair and it's all connected into one and you can slide in through one side. I was sitting on one of those. I was like, yeah, I'm studying. And I see a white guy. I don't know why I thought about a white guy. I saw a white guy pacing back and forth. And then I ended up going to Mount SAC, applied, got in. And I was sitting down and I saw that professor. I was like, what the fuck? I saw this when I was incarcerated. And then I'm walking on the campus and the sun's hitting me multiple times. I'm like, oh, I saw this before. I've been here before. But I didn't know about the power of visualization. I just knew when I was incarcerated I did that. And same with sex. I would just visualize myself be laying in my apartment. I was a personal trainer. So I was a personal trainer. I'll get out of work like at noon because I work at 4 a.m. I'll wake up like at 4 a.m. Be at my first client's at like 5, maybe 4:30. I remember it was just really, really early. Still dark, and then do a 45-minute session, 30-minute session. And then come back, shower, or work out myself. Have another 1 or 2 clients, 9, 11. It's already done. 12, all right, day's over. Maybe if have time, I'll come see my mom in Rolling Heights. But that was my day. I remember I wrote in that my ideal day. Wake up at 4 a.m. Get my clients, go through my clients, and then have the rest of the day open. And that shit happened. So I recommend you do that. My program, and just the program of your ideal day. Okay, program 6 to 7, wake up or whatever. Whatever works for you. And just do it like that, and just put it somewhere you can see it, or put it away. I just forgot about it. But I remember one day I pulled it out. I'm like, this is what I'm living right now. So that works. And yeah, so that's just examples. I would visualize. I get home, I'm like, man, I got nothing to do. So I'll just visualize. Just close my eyes and visualize it. Having sex or whatever. And actually, sometimes I would just get up and like pretend I'll like practice the positions. Just like what I do now with like snatches and like, what are they called? Shoulder presses, but in CrossFit and weightlifting we call it push jerks, because we actually just like we kind of like jump a little. Excuse me, we jump a little bit. Spike, go over there, Spike, go over there. So I do that same thing now, but with like my workouts just to get better. But I would do that, like I'll do the positions. I'll pretend there's a baddie right here, I'm missionary, dog style, whatever. And I'm by myself. I'm just like imagining doing this, like kind of like role playing. And then like one day, it still happens to this day. I got a message from somebody saying, hey, let's meet up. I said, okay, cool, let's get something to eat. Mom, she's just a friend, because I tried to get at her before, but she's like, no, she's just a friend. She's not going to be with the business. She's not going to want to be intimate. So I wasn't even really like taking it serious. I thought, man, she's probably not even going to come. See, I'm doubting. See, this is why it's so powerful. Visualization. I was doubting, right? I was saying, no, it's not going to happen. I didn't even get ready. So this is, that day that I'm visualizing later at night. And so she's coming, either she was coming that day or the next day. So it's the afternoon, around 5 o'clock, 6. I get a message. And she's like, hey, I'm outside. Like, oh shit, she did come. I gave her my address to come over, and then I would drive us to get some pho. So pho, for those of you who don't know, it's like a soup. I believe it's Japanese. It's a soup. It's delicious. It has all types of meats, all types of veggies. Super delicious. I'm like in a t-shirt and jeans, right? Just simple shit. I didn't get ready at all. I told her, oh, stay right here. I'm gonna go brush my teeth. And she's in my living room now. And she's like, no, I want to go to your room. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll go to the room. I go to the restroom, brush my teeth, come back. I sit down. She's not on my bed, so I sit down next to her and like, hey, so how you been? And she's like, oh, I've been good. And she puts her hand on my leg, like starts rubbing it. I'm like, oh, it's a wrap. So we started making out, and then what happened. Good things happen. And we were like meeting up, every week for a little while, and then she got a boyfriend. See, because my vision was not about getting a girlfriend. Okay, I've never had that kind of like. I've never had that like. Oh, I want a girlfriend. I want a girlfriend. Like, I want to walk around holding hands and like say I have a girlfriend. Like, no. That's never really been my my cup of tea. For me, I like having a roster, different types of girls, hang out with different types of different ones. Everybody has different personalities. Some girls are so fun, they like just joke around, have fun. Other girls are more serious. Other girls are just more caring, more like they want to cook for you. I digress. They all want to cook for me. They all care for me. They're just different personalities, you know. It's all through visualization and practicing. Act as if. When I was incarcerated, I would study and read books like if I was already a college student. I was doing these videos, these types of like workout videos, you know, just me working out and talking about the law of assumption. This is the law of assumption because you see yourself, you're assuming it's already done. You create a scene that assumes it's already done. You know, like if you're with a girl, you're having sex with her in your imagination, or you're lifting the weight in your imagination, a certain type of weight, it's already done. You're not like walking to the gym. You're not warming up in your imagination. You're not seeing yourself struggle from a lower weight and then like coming back. That's a whole story that you'll go through, but just see the end. Okay, see the end. See, for example, you want to lift a 45 on each side, or 2 45s, or 10. You know, whatever it is. 10. Have I ever seen that shit? Probably not, but I'm just saying whatever, you know. And you'll see it and you'll get to do it. You'll garner the strength, or you'll gather the information from people, and then you'll garner the strength by applying this stuff, and you'll manifest it. Some things you have to work for, some things you don't. Like, for example, a school degree, going higher ed, you have to work for that. It's like I was visualizing the work that I wanted to do, but I wanted it, so it was amazing, and it was a good thing. You know, Dorian Yates, he would see before going to the gym, he would see himself doing the weights that he wanted. He wanted to get stronger, so he saw himself doing more weight or more reps before he got there. And because he was doing more, he knew he was going to grow. So it kind of garnered the belief. There's not that many people who looked as good as him. Maybe 2 guys after him. Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler. Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler. Yeah, they're around there, but fuck, it was different because he didn't have those extended guts. After Dorian, everybody has like a big ass gut. They look like just a fat tree. Yeah, they have nice muscles, but to me they look like a fat tree. So they look like a fat tree with a lot of bumps on them. Because it's not as beautiful. You know, the most beautiful bodies I think are Arnold, Dorian Yates, and Haney. Beautiful bodies. Because they worked on the pure bodybuilding, the vacuum stomach, small stomach, and the voluminous muscles, healthy voluminous muscles. Everybody else just, now they're just like, what the fuck is that? You know, but it is what it is. I digress from this conversation. Health. See yourself being healthy. You know, like see yourself being healthy, and you'll start getting inspired action. So last week I got a cold. I know it's because I was working really hard, not relaxing, just like going. So I saw myself, looked at myself, and I said, how do I feel now that I'm healthy? And I'm like, all right, I feel relaxed. And then I would like take a deep breath, you know, like that's how I'm feeling now that I'm healthy. So I was being healthy already, even though the body wasn't. Okay, so I was feeling healthy, and so that allowed me to, and I would see a picture of myself like just muscular and breathing in, not coughing or anything, even though I might be coughing as I'm visualizing, or my nose is running or whatever, and I'm visualizing this, and I'm like, in my imagination, I'm healthy, muscular, healthy, breathing in clearly, and then I got different things to come up. They're coming to my mind. Go to sleep at noon. Okay, I'm gonna work and go to sleep. All right, take a nap. Go to sleep at noon. Drink a glass of wine. Get a glass of wine. Okay, get a glass of wine. You know, turn on YouTube. I turned on YouTube. I started listening to champions, Sasha Vujacic, other people like old school champions, Brian Scott, Laker people who I love. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, and just like, yeah, you know, like I was in a good mood and just watching it, and then I forget about being sick. You know, later on, next day, wake up, it's gone. And what was my lesson? You know, relax. You know, relax. I'm like, but alcohol's bad for you. I'm like, and then the voice is all like, in moderation, relax. Medicine, NyQuil, all that shit, you know, like the medicine for you. Guess what it has? Alcohol in it. That's why they ask you for a fucking, what's it called? ID. So, in moderation, this is why Benjamin Franklin was one of the most famous U.S. people, governors or whatever, politicians. He was a politician. An inventor and businessman. He's on the $100 bill. He had these virtues that he followed, and one was moderation. Without the fucking temptation, there is no moderation. You need to have that danger. You know, my car, my Dodge Challenger could go by like 200 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure it can, because I step on it, within 4 seconds, I'm already at 60. I'm like, damn, I just smoked everybody, and it just turned green. I'm like, fuck, man. I could go to 100 if I just keep on pushing this. Like, and then when I'm on the freeway, I go 100 like this. I'm like, damn, but you can't feel it. You know, it's a big body. It's pretty heavy. That the Dodge Challenger, it's a pretty heavy car, and the purpose is because I'm pretty sure they want you to just stay stabilized, because it's such a powerful fucking car. And the temptation is there, but you need to be moderate. Relax. When you're not moderate in alcohol, you can die. Right? Intoxicated, drive, crash, blackout, you don't even know what you're doing. Same with the car, 200 miles an hour or whatever, between 100 to 200, car goes out, you know, out of control, flip, gone. You know, that's the worst case scenario. But you could just, you know, just think about what happened between that. It was just a decision that you could have controlled with moderation, just moderation. Everything happens effortlessly. When you focus on your goal, it's effortless. No need to go extreme. Everything's just joyful and effortless. You think I was struggling to read books and write essays, incarcerated at college, at UCLA? You think I was stressed writing that shit? I wanted to be there. I always get what I want. And I realized that when I started visualizing. And of course school as well. University taught me how to research, so I researched how to get in shape. I researched all kinds of stuff. Wealth, I researched wealth, and I got sent to Bob Proctor and people who talked about visualization and affirmations, and I started studying this. Hey, sit. Marshy over here wanting to like make a hole into the couch, and that's what the noise was. He was just scratching the fucking whatever that thing is called, the cushion. And we have Spike over here with the smoking jacket. He's the Hugh Hefner of cats. Where was I? I wasn't struggling. I wanted to do it. So do what you want. When you're doing what you want, it's not hard. It's easy. Somebody else from the outside might think it's hard, but you're just living life and doing what you want, doing what you love. Shit, I'm not done with this yet. Oh yeah, because I'm talking and stuff. Yeah, I don't usually eat and do my videos, but I have a dating coaching call with Aries. I think it's I forgot, he changed his name, but yeah, his name is Aries. He changed his YouTube name. It used to be Step Into Power, but I think he changed it. It's effortless. So health, that's how I did it with health. and you'll start attracting all the stuff that you need, all the information. They're just hunches or little ideas and stuff like that come to your mind. It's amazing how that works. It happens automatically. So don't stress out. Be in a high vibration. If you dip down, and I like to go like this, dip down, because this is where your solar plexus is at, where your guts is at. This is where your feeling mind is at. Okay. So if you dip down, you're like, oh man, I feel like angry, whatever. Start working out. Start doing gratitude. This is what I started learning about being in a high vibration. Gratitude is about being in a high vibration. But if you're depressed, you say I'm grateful, you're not feeling grateful. Go run, get some oxygen into your body. That's why running is like a meditative type of physical thing, because you breathe deeply. When you're meditating, that's what you're doing. 4 in, hold 6, and 6. See? That's how you run. High frequency, positive vibration. See, my voice just got louder by doing that. And when you're angry, you're like, I hate you. I hate Donald Trump. I hate it. Whatever it is, you're not even breathing. It's like people get red. If you look at a cartoon and stuff like that, they get red, you know? Because they're not breathing, they're in a low frequency. And just be aware of that and bring it up. Bring it up. Start telling yourself, I'm okay about that. See? Like he knew something was wrong. He came to me. He's like, what's wrong? Pack leader. Okay. See my acting. Acting is powerful. So you even noticed. So we did a little bit of money. Yeah, it taught me that money is about frequency. Money is the greatest teacher of frequency, because you can work hard, you can do the affirmations, you can visualize, but if you don't feel it, it's not gonna come. Money's kind of like women and animals, because it'll only come to you if you're in a positive frequency. Women know when you're a weirdo. If you're in a negative vibe, they're like, what's wrong with you? Is everything okay? And you're like, yeah, everything's okay. But no, they know that you're not, everything's okay. And they know you're a pussy for not saying that you're not okay. You know? That's why when like guys go up to girls, before they even say something, they're like, oh, no. Because they can feel your vibe. They're good with intuition. So if you feel like you have more than enough, you feel like you're a multimillionaire, you feel like you can always spend and you'll never run out of money, and you truly feel that feeling, you're truly on that frequency, it's going to show up. That's why working out, doing meditation, that's why I love working out. Is the best thing for me. For me, working out, getting in that positive vibe, and then you're doing your gratitude, and then you're doing your visualization, and then you're doing your affirmations. It's going to happen because you're believing it. You're in a positive vibe. Today, I woke up and I realized, I woke up, I went to my car, and I noticed that the bumper was off. Okay, the bumper was off. It was like, it's just weird because I had like drove through a parking bumper at McDonald's that I mistakenly drove over, and it almost took out my bumper. And I was like, should I text my friend? Should I not text him? Should I text him? Should I not? Doubt. I was just a low vibe. Doubt is a low vibe. Excuse me. It's a low vibe. And I just did my workout. Got in a high vibe. You got to go past what you believe you can do to remember that you're powerful. You're a powerful being. Because I was like at 12 or something. I wasn't doing that heavy. And I was like, all right, I got this. 1, 2. And then I was like, bam. I'm like, I've arrived. It's so crazy because you get grounded. You can feel into your stomach or your asshole. That's grounded. You know, you don't need to work out to get grounded, but I get such a high frequency. That's a natural high when I do that. And so now I'm in a high frequency and I'm getting stronger too. I get the benefits. I get muscles, you know, I get strong and I look good and I look sexy. and I get a positive frequency. See, all positive shit. And that's why I preach the gym. Gym time, baby. Spiritual and the physical one. And then I got out, like, I'm just gonna text my neighbor, like, hey, hey, good morning, bro. Do you have a flat screwdriver? My bumper almost came off. I need to like kind of fix it. He's like, yeah, man, I got you. Doubt, low frequency, just woke up sluggish, to positive frequency, ready, confident, no matter what my friend would say, yes or no. And yeah, and I'll do it, right? I'll get it done, whether he has the tool or not, which was a flathead screwdriver. But it's all about frequency. So I started learning this now 6 years later, about being in that positive high frequency. Music could get you in there. Classical music, high frequency. Being in nature, get you in high frequency and start visualizing, meditating. All right. But it's all within, you know. Bust down, do some push-ups. Get in high frequency, you know. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Make sure you visualize. Make sure you raise your frequency, be it at the gym or with meditation, what have you. You know what gets you in a positive frequency, okay? I would never recommend you to not work out, okay? So I do recommend work out to be happy. And there's more information in a book called The Happiness Advantage by Sean Achor. Great book on happiness. Okay, and last tip, happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy, and more happiness will come into your life. Things will manifest to reflect that happiness. It's a choice, baby. I love you. Until next time, peace. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe.